She Said is the newest movie out on the big screen for you guys to go and check out. Now, this movie is about two journalists who go on an investigation and uncover some hidden truths and then break one of the biggest stories of recent time, the stuff regarding Harvey Weinstein. Now, I'm going to tell you guys my thoughts on this movie. Let me know in the comments below, what did you guys all think of this movie? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Smash it down below. Smash that like button for me. Click subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into a review of She Said right now.
I was silenced. I want my voice back.
She Said. Okay, let's talk about this movie. Look, now, this movie basically covers the two journalists who break the story about what Harvey Weinstein really got up to when he, did all that horrible, horrendous stuff to these young ladies in order to get them progressing in their career or destroy their career. We all know where the end of this story is. We know exactly that he's been charged with all this conduct that he has done, the criminal stuff that he has done, the sickening human being he is. It's all there. So, yes, you guys will know where this story goes. We will know the ending of this story. But I still don't think that takes away from this movie at all. And I think the way that they told this movie was the perfect way to do it. Because you also got to remember, this movie has to stand for a couple of years and decades moving forward. So like me and everyone else who is watching right now probably knows about the Harvey Weinstein situation and what he actually did. And like, obviously he's been charged and everything like that that's happened, so we know the end of that story. But there are going to be people in the next 10 years, the next 20 years that have no idea about this, and this movie, when you show them, is going to be that like, oh my god, holy crap, that actually happened, this guy actually did that. So when you see it from that standpoint, I don't think knowing the ending and the outcome already hinders this film, because you got to remember that that is also something that has to stand within time as well. So I don't see that as a criticism at all. Now, as for the movie itself, the performances are absolutely fantastic. I have no problems with the performances at all. I think the two main leads are fantastic. They play these roles perfectly. I believed everything they were doing. I thought also when they were getting those threats and always having to, like when you're dealing with someone in such a high position in Hollywood or high position anywhere where they have all this power and money, they really showcased you the whole idea of looking over your shoulder constantly. And you felt like that throughout this whole entire movie, that anything could happen to these two journalists. However far they went, however deep they went into this story, you felt like something could happen at any moment, that they were constantly looking over their shoulders. There's a situation at the start with one of the characters where you actually see her receive a threat and it really shakes her up. And I love that about it. Like, they're showing you that side as well. Like, these people are trying to do their job. These people are trying to help others. And there are still people out there that are willing to go hard and leave threats for them. So you see the dark side of their job as well, that we don't tend to see most of the time. But other internet people get this side of this stuff as well. Like, there's a lot of people out there that will get threats like this constantly. And you see the impact that it has on these people moving forward. And I like that about it. But the way that this story was told, I felt like this was the only way you could do it. And I must give the director a lot of credit for this, because she feels very much like the situation you had with the movie Blonde, if you guys have seen that. The director, it felt like more like the director going, hey, look what I can do. Look at this. Look here. Check out this shot. Look, I can fade from black and white to color. I can do this. I can do that. And it's like, well, I don't care if you can do that. This isn't what that's supposed to be. This is supposed to be like, you're telling this story about this person. I don't want to know what you can do. You're taking the spotlight away from the story and the characters in order to showcase what you can do behind the camera. I don't care. Where in this case, she doesn't do that. She lets the actors act. She lets them dictate how the story is being told. She doesn't take any liberties going, hey, look at this camera shot. Look what I can do. Look at this transition and this fade or anything like that. And I think that is great. And for a story like this, you need a director that can do that. So that, to me, is not a criticism at all either. That is something I really liked. you showcased the important things I needed to see, and you structured it in a way where it's easy to follow and you understand what is happening and the development of every situation that they are in. So that to me is great. I thought the dialogue was very, very strong. There are some really heavy scenes that when they're talking about it, like there's this, especially this one scene of a recording, and it is brutal when you're listening to it. You are feeling that whole pain throughout the whole entire time. So I thought the idea of using these when people are telling the stories, showcasing the way that they did that in this movie was actually really effective without showing us what actually happened, but showcasing us a little bit of like the room, for instance, like the bras and everything on the ground and that happening. And you're kind of like, you can feel that moment. You can visualize that moment in your head by the description that these women are giving. So for me, that was absolutely fantastic. They really showcase you how much of a fucking grub and disgusting and despising of a human being Harvey really is and what he really did. And I think it's a very powerful message. This is a powerful message that still goes on in today's world. Like, this still happens now. And a movie like this is something that everyone needs to see so you can understand that, like, people's lives are being destroyed because of these people in power. Like, it's not just men, it's women as well. It's everyone. There are people in power that abuse their situation and take advantage of young people. And you see that in this movie, and it's a powerful message. It's a message that we need to get out. So for that, I really enjoyed as well. And that really, like, after the movie ended, you're kind of like, damn, now that's powerful. That is absolutely powerful, and it's awesome. Even though you knew the outcome, we all know where it's going to go. But some people who don't know the outcome, this movie is going to be absolutely fantastic for you guys, and I think you guys are going to really, really like it. Some of my criticisms for the movie, though, is I felt like it was a tad too long. I feel like they could have tightened it up a bit more. There are particular moments where you kind of feel like it's dragging on a bit. That may be because I know how it's going to end, so I'm kind of also in the back of my mind thinking, okay, I know how this is ending. I'm waiting for that blow-up moment where it's like, bam, gotcha, checkmate, done. I'm waiting for that. So I can feel like that may play into a part of it feeling a bit longer than it needed to be for me, personally. I'm interested to see if anyone else had that watching this, that it felt a bit long. And maybe that could have been the reason why, because we know the ending. But overall, look, I think this movie is really good. I really do. I think it's a great message. It's a message that needs to be out there. It deals with some heavy stuff that is real life stuff that actually happened. And I think the way that it was treated was with respect, and it gets these women getting their stories out and heard. And I think that is the only thing good about that is positivity, getting these stories out so that we can stop it from happening to other people. So I think this is a good movie. So let me know in the comments below, what did you guys think of She Said? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Smash it down below. Smash that like button for me. Click subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe. Peace out.